Namaste. Good evening. This is Dr. Aparna. I'm an Ayurvedic neuropsychotherapist. In the previous session, we were discussing about the book The Body Keeps the Score, brain, mind, and body in the healing of trauma. We had discussed different aspects of trauma. Now we are discussing paths to recovery. So, healing from trauma, that is owning yourself. So, whatever trauma happened to you cannot be undone. What you need to deal with isn't the trauma, it's the consequence of the trauma. The crushing sensations in your chest that may look like anxiety or depression, the fear of losing control, always being on alert for danger or rejection, the self loathing, that is, the nightmares and the flashbacks, the fog that keeps you from staying on a task and from engaging fully in what you are doing, being unable to fully open your heart to another human being. So, trauma robs you of the feeling that you are in charge of yourself. The challenge of recovery is to re establish ownership of your body and your mind. So, ownership, owning yourself. So, this means feeling free to know what you know and to feel what you feel without becoming overwhelmed, enraged, ashamed, or collapsed. So, what we need to, this means so we have to find a way to calm and to be calm and focused. So, trauma healing involves finding a way to be calm and focused, learning to maintain that calm in the face of images, thoughts, sounds, or physical sensations from the past that reminds you of the incident or the trauma. Finding a way to be alive and engaged in the present and with the people around you, not having to keep secrets from yourself, including secrets about the ways that you have managed to survive. So, post traumatic reactions come from the emotional brain and manifest themselves in physical reactions. So, for example, heart pounding, fast breathing, speaking with an uptight and reedy voice. Unfortunately, the rational brain cannot abolish those feelings. So, understanding why you feel in a certain way does not change how you feel. So, the fundamental issue in resolving traumatic stress is to restore the proper balance between the rational and emotional brains so that you can feel in charge of how you respond and how you conduct your life. So, when we are triggered into the states of hyper or hypo arousal, we get outside of our window of our tolerance. So, window of tolerance. So, we become reactive and disorganized and we panic or fly into rages or we shut down, feel numb, and have low energy. So, either way, we can't learn from experience in these states. So, even if we keep control, we become so uptight that we are inflexible, stubborn, and depressed. Recovery from the trauma involves restoration of executive functioning and with it self confidence and the capacity for playfulness and creativity. So, if we want to change post traumatic reactions, we have to access the emotional brain and do the limbic system therapy. So, repairing faulty alarm systems and restoring the emotional brain to its ordinary job of being a quiet background presence that takes care of the housekeeping of the body, ensuring that you eat, you sleep, connect with intimate partners, protect your children, defend against danger. So, the rational, that is the brain that analyzes, does not have direct connections with the emotional brain, but the self awareness brain does. It's the only way to access the emotional brain. So, neuroscience research shows that the only way we can change the way we feel is by becoming aware of our inner experience and learning to befriend what is going inside ourselves. So, the author states that the overall goal is to take ownership of oneself again, both in body and mind, which goes hand in hand with findings way to become calm, to maintain that calm, to be fully present in one's life, and to be open and honest with oneself. So, most importantly, in treatment, one must find a way to integrate the traumatic memory into the past where it belongs. So, as I said, one method of therapy is limbic system therapy, so which restores the balance between the rational and the emotional brain. It attempts to do so by dealing with hyperarousal, learning mindfulness, finding a good support system in steady relationships, engaging in physically in the community to dance, theater, getting in touch with one's body and taking action. So, the other therapy methods which we use include cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. So, this CBT challenges negative thought patterns, desensitization, which works via exposure to de stressing stimuli, the use of psychedelics in order to calmly access traumatic memories, and medications such as, we'll not discuss about medications. There are many medications which are used, SSRIs, but we are not discussing here on medications. One is the limbic system therapy, second is the cognitive behavioral therapy, and another thing which we do is language. So, miracle and tyranny. So, the next is the talk therapy. So, this here we discuss the pros and cons of the talk therapy. Language can be way can be a powerful way in which to deal with, in to deal with trauma, as one cannot begin to understand and heal from their trauma without having named it. Honesty with oneself is key in ensuring that the talking cure, will do any good. So, words also, can also lessen isolation, as traumatic stories are shared. When you talk, and you share your experiences, it also lessens your trauma. So, words can also lessen isolation, as traumatic stories are shared. Other forms of language, such as written language and art, can also help process these traumatic memories. However, language can sometimes limit the patient's depth of emotion when relating memories to another person. So, and may become overwhelming for the speaker as well as alienating for the listener. It also requires a safe place in which to express themselves, which not all patients may have. So, the next one is letting go of the past. So, here, how the method of therapy discussed is, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. So, that is called EMDR. So, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. So, here a therapist guides a patient's eye movements as the patient silently embarks on a journey through a flow of associated mental images surrounding their trauma. So the author and some colleagues at the Brooklyn Trauma Center, what they did was they performed a study in which they used EMDR to treat several post traumatic stress disorder patients, so PTSD patients, to positive results, showing a greater effectiveness than medication. So one of the author's patients able to use EMDR to help her resolve memories of sexual abuse and child prostitution at the hands of her father. So, EMDR is the next thing. Next is one of the methods discussed here is learning to inhabit your body. That is yoga. Yes, the book also discusses about the yoga. On 21st June, yesterday, we celebrated International Yoga Day. And uh, while discussing about the trauma, we also discuss about the yoga. That means, in seeking to find better treatments for patients who had difficulty connecting to their bodies and physiology, the author and his colleagues at the trauma center began studying heart rate variability, that is HRV, for a good score. you know um, could indicate a well functioning nervous system. So, heart rate variability, they started studying that. If it gave a good score, that means the person has a well functioning nervous system. So, one of the candidates for improving heart rate variability was, yoga. One of the things which they tried was yoga, which was studied both with traumatized civilians and veterans. So, a survivor of childhood abuse was recommended to try yoga, which she found helpful in getting back in touch with her body and having an awareness of where she carried her emotional pain and trauma. So, overall, most participants in yoga classes at the trauma center later reported a greater sense of self awareness and confidence. So, the things we discussed today is we use what are the ways of healing from trauma. So, one which we use is limbic system therapy, and next is limbic system therapy. First is limbic system therapy, second is cognitive behavioral therapy, third is the talk therapy, the language. Next is EMDR, which we talked about, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Next is yoga. So, how to befriend your emotional pain, this will be discussed in the next session. So, in the coming session, we'll discuss about different ways of dealing with trauma. So, thank you for staying tuned, and good night.